my dear grade 8 students, welcome back to our class. Again, this is your teacher, Miss Cabs. So here we are again for our new exciting episode of our science class in Sciencing. So we are through with earthquake, faults, and tsunamis. And today we are now on our fourth week in our second quarter. Yay! And in this module, we will discuss all about and understand typhoons. But of course, before we proceed to our lesson, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for more updates in our science class. Today's objective was based on our most essential learning competencies, or explain how typhoon develops and how it is affected by land masses and bodies of water, and yes, trace the path of typhoons that enter the Philippine area of responsibility or PAR using a map and tracking data. So class, take note of the questions as we go along on our discussions. By the end of this video, you are going to write all your answers in the comment box. So let's see if who among you will listen in this discussion. So you will get an incentives for this as long as you comment your answers here. Okay? So are you ready?
Yeah!
Yes. Every year, the Philippines is hit by typhoons. No part of the country is spared. All provinces have been visited by a typhoon at one time or another. In recent years, the Philippines had been overwhelmed by powerful tropical cyclones. Who could forget the terrible flood brought by Tropical Storm Ondoy in 2009? Or the people swept out to sea during Tropical Storm Sandong in 2011. The poor community of the New Bataan buried in mud spawned by Typhoon Pablo in 2012. According to PAGASA, or Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, there are about 20 tropical cyclones enter the Philippine area of responsibility each year. We have to be knowledgeable about tropical cyclones if we want to prevent the loss of more lives. We all know what a typhoon is, or more accurately, we know what to expect when a typhoon comes. We got a lot of rain and strong winds. Now, you may not have noticed it, but the winds in a typhoon move in certain direction. So they go around a central area. Take a look at this video. This shows a super typhoon as viewed from up above the Earth. A typhoon looks the same, only smaller. Do you see the clouds in a spiral arrangement? They are being blown by winds in a counterclockwise direction. Class, tropical cyclones have different categories. In a super typhoon, the wind speed is greater than 200 km per hour. And if the wind speed is less, from 119 to 200 km per hour, then it is called a typhoon. Again, if the wind is greater than 200 km per hour, that is super typhoon. Less than 119 to 200 km per hour, that is typhoon. And how about if the wind speed is 65 to 118 km per hour? So that is what you call a tropical storm. And we call tropical depression if the wind speed is only 35 to 64 km per hour. So those are the different categories of a tropical cyclone. So we have super typhoon, the typhoon, tropical storm, and the tropical depression. So, tropical cyclone is a system of thunderstorms that are moving around a center. Kung nagtatrabaho kayo sa call center, yung center magiging center. Okay. So, advertise. Joke lang, guys. Okay? So, again, a tropical cyclone is a system of thunderstorms that are moving around a center. As the winds intensify or weaken, the category is upgraded or downgraded. So just like what I have said earlier, the tropical cyclones is categorized into 4, right? So the super typhoon, tropical storm, and tropical depression. Very good. So guys, the term typhoon is used only in the northwestern part of the Pacific Ocean. And in the northeastern part of the Pacific Ocean and northern part of the Atlantic Ocean, the equivalent term is hurricane. Take note, hurricane. Yes. Thus, a hurricane on one side of the Pacific Ocean will be called typhoon if it crosses into the other side. So, in the Philippines, ano yung tawag natin dito? So, sa Pilipinas, ang tawag natin doon ay bagyo. We use the same word for all categories of tropical cyclones. So, we call it bagyo. Whether it is a tropical depression, a tropical storm, a super typhoon, or a typhoon, basta ang tawag natin doon ay bagyo. Regardless of the wind speed, kahit ano pa yung kalakas, no? Yun ay tinatawag natin na bagyo. Pero sa part ng northeastern of the Pacific Ocean and in the Atlantic Ocean, they call it hurricane. Hurricane, right? Okay, pero dito sa Pilipinas, yan bagyo. Okay?
Yeah!
So yun lang. Yun lang ka simple. Wala tayong pinipili, no? Basta iisa lang yung ginagamit natin, no? Mapa super typhoon man yan or mapa tropical storm, tropical depression man yan, no? Ang tinatawag natin doon ay bagyo lang siya. Bagyo. Right. O, diba? Okay, gets? So at this point, I will show you a video which demonstrates and will simulate the movement of winds around a center in a tropical cyclone. So, in this setup, we need 2 plastic bottles, 2 caps, duct tape, and drill. So, what are you going to do? Or ano ang ginawa natin dito? Or ano ang gagawin natin sa setup na to? So, again, yung kailangan natin ay 2 plastic bottles, 2 caps, okay? Yung takip ng bottle natin. Duct tape or masking tape, pwede. And drill. And kung wala kayong drill, you can use nail or you can hit the nail na para mabutasan natin yung takip ng bottle. So you are going to place the 2 caps back to back and wrap it with a tape around several times to make the connection strong and leak proof. Take note, ira-wrap natin yung takip ng bottle na several times para maging strong yung connection. Di gaya sa inyo na wala. Joke. Okay, so to make the connection strong and leak proof para iwas leak, baga. So you are going to drill a hole through both of them, and just like what I have said, if you don't have a drill, so you can use a heated nail to make a hole. And after that, you are going to fill 1 bottle with water, then screw one of the caps onto a bottle, then screw on the other bottle onto the other cup, and turn now the whole setup so the filled bottle is on top. Shake the filled bottle with a circular motion or counterclockwise until whirlpool is formed in water. Okay, observe carefully. Okay, so nakita nyo yun? So in this simulation, the water represents the wind going around the center of a tropical cyclone. In the northern hemisphere, the wind blows in a counterclockwise direction. And in the southern hemisphere, the winds spin around in the opposite direction, clockwise. So try to take a look at this, guys. The funnel in the center of the spinning water represents the eye of a, tingnan nyo guys, the eye of a tropical cyclone. Yun. Yan. The funnel in the center of the spinning water represents the eye of a tropical cyclone. So when scientists talk about the location of a tropical cyclone, they are referring to the location of the eye. So nakita nyo to guys. Yan. So yes guys, ano ba yung tinatawag natin na the eye of the tiger? I mean the eye of the tropical cyclone. Okay, so the eye is a low pressure center which can provide a 20 to 30 mile radius of airy cone. Encircling it is the eye wall, a towering of clouds with some of the fastest wind speed of the cyclone. Surrounding the eye wall is the curved bands of clouds, the rain bands, often tens of miles wide, releasing sheets of rains and sometimes tornado. Pag-asa starts monitoring tropical cyclones even before they enter the PAR or Philippine Area of Responsibility. But everything starts into high gear when the weather disturbance is already inside a Philippine Area of Responsibility. Do you know where the PAR is? Guys, so the PAR includes a big area in east of the Philippines because this is where the most tropical cyclones come from. Okay? So, tingnan natin yung picture. Okay? Klaro lang ba, guys? So, I just take picture from a module and then I post it here. Okay, guys. I-try natin. Pa-plot natin yung Philippine Area of Responsibility. So, in our module, nandun sa, ano ba yung tawag nun? Procedure that we are going to plot the Philippine Area of Responsibility. So, first, here we have north and we have east. So, first, we're going to look at the 5 degrees north and 115 degrees east. So, ito. I-encircle natin dito. Okay. Ano ba? O, basta dyan. Okay. Next is, we're going to find the 15 north, 15 degrees north, and 115. Okay. Dito ba siya? Dito lang pala. Okay. 115 degrees north and 115 east. Okay, so ito. Next is 21 north and 120 east. So, nasan ba yung 120? Nasan ba? Okay, ito. So, ito guys. 120 dito. Okay. Next is 25 north. 25 north. Saan ba yan? And 120 east. Ito. 25 sana. Okay, ito. Kitang-kita. Okay. 25 degrees north and 120 degrees east. Another is, saan ba yun? Saan man banda yung PAR? 25 degrees north and 135 degrees east. Okay, so dito. Ito guys. Ayan. Ay, malaki ng circle. Okay, And last one is 5 degrees north to 135 degrees east. Okay, so we'll put a straight line. So, itatry ko talaga guys na mag-straight to guys. Parang hindi to straight. Oh, nasaan ba yung 5? Okay, erase muna natin kasi nasa 4 ko nalagay. Okay, so ito pala yung 5. Okay, here. Okay, so I will really try my best to make it straight na yung line ko. Okay, so ito na yun guys. Ito na yun. Okay. O, diba ang straight ng line ko? So, yan. So, okay. Erase na natin. Ba't ang straight nito? Okay. So, again. So, ito na. Okay, perfect. Next. Okay, oh. Teka muna. Sandali lang. Ba't ayaw mag-straight? So, pasensya na guys kasi gamit ko yung mouse lang. Okay, take na natin. Okay, so just imagine na lang guys na straight yung line ko. Okay, yan. Perfect. Ito pa. Perfect. Oh, perfect. Yan. So, ito yung itsura ng ating ating Philippine Area of Responsibility. So, ito yung sakop ng Pilipinas. Okay. So, just imagine na lang guys Yan, kita na natin yung Philippine Area of Responsibility. Okay. So, gaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina guys, no, before we started our our lesson. So, you have to take note of the questions here or in this video, because after this, after you watch the video, you are going to comment your answers in our comment box for me to see to it that you really listen or you really watch this discussion. Okay, so for question number 1, if a typhoon is located at 15 degrees north and 138 degrees east, is it within the par? Ding! Okay, next, number 2. How about if the typhoon is at 19 degrees north and 117 east? It is inside the par? Ding! Okay, so take note with that question. So this time, I will show you the tracks or paths. No? Kasi marami, no? More than one. Of 4 tropical cyclones that entered the Philippine Area of Responsibility in the past year. So the track were plotted by Pag-asa. So let's try to take a look at this. So we have Agaton, Harurut, Bagyong Harurut, Bagyong Yoyong in 2004, and Bagyong Waning in 2005. Okay, so these are the different bagyo na pumasok sa Pilipinas nung mga nakaraang ano ba yung year? Yes, nakaraang taon. Okay. So, try to take a look at the picture, guys. Tingnan nyo yung picture, wag ako. Alam ko naman na maganda ako. Char.
Paano masabi?
Okay. So, this will be the question number 3, guys. So, based on the picture, where did tropical cyclones form? On land or in the ocean? Ding! Okay, next. Number 4 question. What can you say about the temperature of the bodies of water in the vicinity of the Philippines? Is the water warm or cold? Again, what can you say about the temperature of the bodies of water in the vicinity of the Philippines? Is the water warm or cold? Ding! Okay, next, number 5. In what direction did the tropical cyclones move? Uh, in what direction did the tropical cyclones move? Tingnan nyo yung picture. Picture. Wag ako. Next, number 7. In the case of Agaton, Yoyong, and Waning, tingnan nyo yung picture, wag ako.
Oh no!
In the case of Agaton, Yoyong, and Waning, where did they die out? Near land or in the middle of the ocean? Near land or in the middle of the ocean? Where did they die out? Okay, ting! Okay, so that's for question number 3 and to question number 7. Guys, tropical cyclones need water vapor in order to form. So which is a better source? Which is a better source of water vapor? Land masses or water vapor? So the answer is obvious, but not all parts of the ocean can provide water vapor. So question number 8. Take note of this, guys. Question number 8. Where do you think would evaporation be greatest? Near the equator or away from the equator? Ding! Tropical cyclones require warm waters to be able to develop. According to scientists, the temperature of ocean water must be 26.5 degrees Celsius or greater. So, question number 5. Number 9 na pala tayo, guys.
Oh no!
So, question number 8 yung kanina. So, question number 9. So, given this information, do you think typhoons can form in latitudes away from the equator? Why or why not? Okay, again, so as we know that tropical cyclones require warm waters to be able to develop. And according to the scientist, the temperature the temperature of the ocean water must be 26.5 degrees Celsius or greater. So the question for number 9 is, given this information, do you think typhoons can form in latitudes away from the equator? Why or why not? Ding! So I hope that by this time you already have your answers from questions number 1 to question number 9. Okay? So going back to the maps na. Tingnan nyo yung picture, wag ako. Okay, from the maps, you can see that tropical cyclones generally move in what? Yes, in a northwest direction. The reason is because there are large-scale winds that push the tropical cyclones in that directions. So this is also similar to the way a whirlpool is carried along by a flowing stream. As you can observe, all 4 tropical cyclones struck the northern part of the Philippines, Luzon. So now you know why the southern part of the Philippines is often untouched by tropical cyclones. So ngayon, yung question natin. So, Miss, okay, ano yung question number 10? Okay, ito na. Question number 10. Where do you think should a tropical cyclone form? So, it would hit the Mindanao area. So, where do you think? So, sinabi natin kanina na mostly, we are going to base na lang sa atin na map. The 4 tropical cyclones was struck the northern part of the Philippines. Okay, so now the question number 10 is, where do you think should a tropical cyclone form so it would hit the Mindanao area? So, kasi, sa makikita natin, mostly yung bagyo ay tumama sa, ano ba ang tawag dito? Sa parteng ibabaw ng Pilipinas. Luzon. Northern Luzon. Okay, so again, question number 10, where do you think should a tropical cyclone form so it would hit the Mindanao area? So try to think and don't forget to write your answer in our comment box later. 3 of the tropical cyclones mentioned was weakened and die out near land. Okay? So, tingnan natin yun, guys. Tingnan natin yung picture. Wag talaga ako. No? Okay. So, Agaton dissipated in Luzon. Si Yoyong naman, tingnan nyo, nasa Taiwan. At si Waning naman ay nasa, malapit sa China. Or near the mainland of China. So this means that when tropical cyclones reach land, they die out because they are cut off from the warm ocean waters that keep them going. Okay? So now you know where the tropical cyclones start to form and why they form from there, and in what direction they generally move. And now, you can explain why the Philippines is prone to typhoons. Okay?
Yeah!
So, in our next discussion, you will try your hand in tracking a tropical cyclone as it enters and leaves the Philippine area of responsibility. Okay, so as of now, we will end our discussion here. So since it's already time, wala pala akong relo. Okay, nandyan sa laptop natin. Sure. Okay, so we will end our discussion here. So since it's already time, ano na ba yung time natin? Yeah. And yes, that's all for today. I hope that you will remember all our discussions for today. So before we end, let me remind you of your answers. You have 10 questions to answer in this video. And I know that you had already written it in our comment box. So that's all. See you next time. Or see you next time. Stay safe and God bless everyone. Bye bye.